Hello, we are live. Hello, everybody. Give everybody a wave. Hello.
It's a full house today, isn't it?
It's a full house. We've got loads of friends, Kate. It's not just me and you. How exciting is that? Guys, we are here with the outliers of the letting agency industry. Let me tell you who we have here. We have 3 people that have all achieved more than 50% profit in their businesses. Now, guys, this is phenomenal. It is like outlier status. You know, most letting agents in the UK, in fact, the average is just 11%. Some of the most profitable, big, massive businesses in the UK that are letting agents are claiming 19%. But these guys have smashed it out of the park, and they've gone and got none other than 50%. Look how happy they feel. Come on, smile, guys. Look how happy they feel. They're like, Sally, it's Wednesday afternoon. We're knackered. But anyway, 50% profitability. Absolutely awesome. So, guys, drop in the chat any questions you have. Say hi to them. Say well done. Give us a like. Give us a star. Give us a rock on. How amazing it is that these guys that are letting agents and have achieved 50% profitability in their business. Now, they've joined us here today to drop their big wins, their truth bombs, the big things that's made the biggest difference to them. And these are all going to be speaking at Agent Rainmaker Live in various different ways and are going to be sharing how they've turned their business from not making 50% profitability, in fact, nowhere near, to becoming 50% profitability businesses in literally 1, 2, or 3 or 4 years. So we have a lot to learn from these guys. Guys, these are the people to be listening to. So can I introduce, first of all, Barry, give us a wave. Barry McDowell there, give us a wave, Barry. This is Barry from South Wales. And you have reached, what level was it in profitability, Barry?
It was 56.9%.
56.9. Wow. The 0.9 is really important, isn't that right, Barry?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well done, Barry. Let's give Barry a round of applause. Yeah.
Obviously at the wheel of his Porsche as we go live in the video.
Lamborghini's lining up down the road. We have it in South Wales. There we are. And Barry's actually coming all the way back from Kent at the moment to South Wales. He's been dropping his daughter off at school. So hopefully he's not driving. The tree isn't moving. So we're good. We're okay. And then we have Martin. Hello, Martin.
Hi.
Hello, Martin. Those of you in the Agent Rainmaker group will know Martin. He's all over social media and he's got a lovely black lab as well. He's always out and about doing different things. But tell me your figures, Barry. Martin, you have done how much in profit? What was it?
61.76.
Right, can we have the happy gift, Kate? Can we do the happy gift? Right, come on, you guys got to do the happy gift as well now. Come on, so it's like, Ben and Barry are not amused. Okay, so 62%. That's absolutely awesome. I mean, can you believe Kate, can you believe a letting agency can make 62%? It's just mad, isn't it?
It's amazing when you say that the industry average is 11%, guys, just to give you some sort of perception on that the above 50 is just insane, and 62% is just unbelievable. Incredible, Martin. Well done. Amazing.
Absolutely phenomenal. So we've got one person to introduce. We have our Mr. Benjamin Churchill, also
Hello.
from South Wales. Hello, Benjamin. Hello. And you have achieved how much was it, Ben?
We're not as high as Martin, but we're creeping up to Barry. We're at 55%.
55%. Yeah. We're not worthy. 55%. How awesome is that? 55, 56, and 62%. You heard it here first, guys. This is absolutely formidable behavior. These are outliers of the industry. So those of you that are tuning in, Tom Soane's watching. Hello, Tom. Hello, everybody. These guys are going to be speaking at Agent Rainmaker Live in how many days, Kate?
8 days from today. 8 days.
If me and Kate are looking a little bit shattered, that's probably why we've been looking at award entries all day and marking those. Absolutely crazy. So anyway, let's get right down to this. Is the Profit Matters series, and we are here to talk about profit. Why are we here to talk about profit? Because so many times in business, we focus on how many lets we've done, what our market share is, how many move-ins we're doing, what our turnover is, and nobody ever really talks about profit. And in fact, because we're British, it's one of those things that we don't really talk about. And so we decided to unveil the hidden mystery that is profit, and to actually get people talking about it, sharing about it, and looking at ways that we can improve it. Because at the end of the day, as a business, is it not right, guys, that profit is what we're doing it for? Would you guys agree that's what we're doing it for? We're doing it for the profit, because it's the
100%.
profit is the only bit that you keep. Spending over 10 million and quid, there's no use in that. So we need to be making sure we're creating profit, because it's with that profit that we can do some magic and we can start to serve the community, make a difference, and live the life that we want. So that's what we're here to do. So let's bring in first up, let's talk to Martin at 62%. Let's talk to Martin. So tell us, Martin, how does it feel to making that sort of profit? Do you feel different?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I didn't actually, until you actually announced that we were doing an award, I thought, oh, I better check, and we both kind of checked, Heather and I was like, blimey, it was actually a bit of a shock, to be honest.
Wow.
But yeah, it's a good feeling.
And do you feel, does it feel more, do you feel more confident? Do you feel more comfortable? Do you feel less worried?
Well,
tell me how that feels.
Yeah,
What does it,
I think it's been a bit of a journey, really. I mean, from obviously when we met you first, everything we do is chargeable now, and our kind of confidence has grown like this, To give you an example, I've just done a £2,000 refurb fee today, which used to be free, then it was £250, then it was £500, and now we're quoting these kind of figures. So, I feel like I'm getting paid for my time and my experience, so it's a really nice feeling.
That's fantastic. And I guess that's £2,000 you wouldn't have had before. And I imagine, and I imagine now that when you say it, it's like, well, it's £2,000, there's no fear there anymore in saying that. Whereas perhaps there would have been the £250 in a day.
And actually, the kind of more I've charged, bizarrely, the more we're getting. I've got 4 on the go at the moment, which are all sort of fees of more than £1,000, and normally I do like one every 3 or 4 months, but there seem to be landlords are talking to each other and say, actually, this is the guy that knows what to do. Get in touch. So it's by charging more, we've actually got more business.
And do you feel that because you're charging now that you can deliver a better service?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
Let's just dig on that a little bit, because I think people are fearful of charging. But think about it. You're doing all these refurbs for free. You're going to be annoyed at having to pop out, and you're finding time in between, and you're not really focusing on it. Whereas you're doing possibly less, I don't know, but you're charging for it. So I would feel more like inclined to do a better job.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the main part of my job now, is just doing that, which is obviously very lucrative for us. But yeah, I was doing it for free in between doing Terry's job before. So I was super busy. Now I don't have to do that anymore and run the business. I can focus on that, and I'm being paid for my time. So, and they get my full attention as well, which is great.
And I know one of the things that in the early days when you started on this journey, a big thing for you was getting Terry in. So for those of you who don't know, Terry's Martin's branch manager. And there's always that fear when, as a business, you bring a staff member on because it's a cost before it's a return, isn't it?
Yes.
Whereas you've just said you've got 4 refurbs there at 2,000. That's £8,000. So Terry has paid for himself infinitely, really, just because he's allowed you to actually make, even if he didn't add any value himself, which I know he does, is a fantastic guy and amazing attributes to the business, but he's allowed you to go and make more money for the business by doing other things.
Exactly. Yeah. And actually, from taking Terry on now, our business has increased dramatically. He's a very good salesperson. He focuses purely on that. He's got a good admin team behind him. So the income has just gone up and up and up over the last 2 years.
Absolutely phenomenal.
I love what you say as well about the fact that charging more has actually brought more business, because people are so terrified of that, aren't they? That people aren't going to want to pay the prices, going to push people away and stuff. But actually, if you're charging and getting good quality numbers, there's something in that makes people think that it must be a good quality service and a good quality product. And I love the fact that you've had the sort of belief in yourself and the courage to do that, and now it's paying you back. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, 4 years ago I was doing it for free, as you know, and then my first one I was like, oh, it's £250, please, and I was like, oh god, are they going to do that? And to see, look where we are now, it's that's £2,000, the pay by debit card over the phone, done, easy. It is easy once you have the confidence to do it.
Just become the norm now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just normal. Yeah.
And I mean, some people will say, "Oh, but I'm going to lose people. People are going to walk away." How would you feel? What would you say to them? They're going to walk.
Yeah, not at all, not at all. And I found that most of our landlords, once you know who your landlords are, they're all really busy people. They don't want to do it. They don't want to get involved. And I think it's harder to get contractors these days, which helps. People can't just get a yellow pages and call somebody now. We've got people that we trust that I know do a good job. So we tap into all of that, really. Fantastic.
That's awesome. It's such an amazing transformation, and such a huge transformation for you guys, and well done. Absolutely, pair of you, 62%. That's Absolutely
We're
rocking
chuffed
it.
to bits.
Wow. So have you bought the Labrador a new bed now? Have you
Yes.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. Cool. Right. Well, let's go over to Barry. Hello, Barry. So let's hear from you. I mean, what would you say is your big thing that's been the big transformation for you guys to get to your 50+%?
I'd reiterate what Martin's just said about charging for everything, making sure like charging for inspections, renewals, all those sort of things. A couple of key things I would say is use of technology and use of VAs. Technology obviously makes you more efficient. So things like we use FixFlow, and that massively, automates everything for you. So it can automatically allocate jobs if you set it up correctly. It can automatically give tips to the tenants, and I get a report every week which tells me how many times FixFlow has dealt with it that I haven't even had to touch it. So the use of technology is key, and the VAs, and it makes you realize how inefficient you were before. You look at the inefficiencies in your business. You've got staff there who are constantly busy, but once you got the technology to replace them, you realize they weren't that busy. So that's one of the key things for us, was really embracing technology. Things like we don't do viewings anymore, we do video viewings. So we've been knocking out, when people book out all afternoon to do viewings, they're not doing that anymore. We only do viewings when we're at the stage of them ready to sign contracts now.
The outsourcing thing's great, isn't it, Barry, for you? Because you can now have yourself and the people in the office who have got the more experience and know what they're doing, concentrating on income generating tasks rather than just the systems and processes and checklists and things that we know we have to do, we all do, but they don't make you any money, do they?
Exactly. And I mean, I've got like a VA in the Philippines, does all the marks, Facebook, Super ads, all of that. So she does all of that. So she doesn't need a phone. She just needs access to the internet. The two girls we've got in South Africa, they can answer the phones, they can do the questions, they organise all the gas safeties, they organise, anything that needs doing, they organise all the referencing, again, using a bit of technology from Vouch to help them to do that. So, I mean, it's just like, what the girls do, one of them does mostly the video inspections, and the other one does most of the renewals. But the charges they make on that pay for them and some. So, two chargeable in is paying for 2 members of staff, because we're getting 2 members of staff for the price of one in the UK.
It's phenomenal, isn't it? One of the things that the Plimsoll report talks about in our industry is the average salary. And the salary in our industry for employees of our businesses collectively across the country is actually really, really low. And what you've just touched on there is it sort of explains why. Because if you look at a lot of letting agents, a lot of their tasks that they do in their business are really low level tasks. It's just answering the phone, it's just booking viewings, it's opening doors and things like that. So, you've got to, it's really not really high value tasks. But like what you've done there, and I know we've done and many other agents have done as well, you've taken away a lot of the low level tasks out of the building and given them to lower level staff. I don't mean lower, just lower salaried staff, which means I'm sure you, like me and the others, can now pay your existing staff more because they're doing higher value stuff. So they can focus on prospecting or generating revenue or giving high value service or doing refurbs like what Martin says and things like that. So you can pay more to the staff for doing more highly complex things and leave the lower functions to lower level staff. And outsourcing and using tech and VAs are great ways of doing that, which is absolutely phenomenal. So well done on that, Barry. I mean, how does it feel for you now, having I know you're Mr. Streamlined and Mr. Process and Mr. Spreadsheet and all that sort of stuff. How does it feel now having a business like that? It must tick all your boxes.
Yeah, it does. And what it's now meaning I can do is I can start to get rid of 80% of my tasks. So all I've been doing is getting rid of some of the tasks, as you just said, to people who are lower paid, and it's just about getting that workload to stream down to other people. So I get rid of 80% of my jobs, and then my sales manager, she'll get rid of 80% of her jobs, and that's just the way it works. And then you can as you've already said, you can concentrate on the income generating tasks then.
It is. It's exciting, isn't it? Awesome. Lots more spreadsheets for you then, Barry, do you think? A few more coming around the corner?
I'm just my branch performance report is the one we took from boot camp. It's quite a technical bit of kit now.
I can imagine
lot
it
in that.
is. It's probably about this long.
Yeah. But plug the figures in, and at the bottom it tells me exactly what percentage profit I'm on every single month. I mean, even almost weekly, so I know exactly where I'm at.
Absolutely phenomenal. You should turn that into a bit of software, Barry. I bet you there's a market out there for that. You definitely should.
It's not a bad idea.
Right, over to Ben. Over to Ben. Come on, Ben. Also in South Wales. I think you and Barry are actually not very far away from each other, are you? How far are you?
We're practically neighbours.
Yeah, practically.
Okay. So, Ben, on over 50%. Come on. Now, you've been around Agent Rainmaker for a few years now, because I know we had your mom speaking at Agent Rainmaker Live in 2018. We tried to get you speaking in 2019, but you are going to be speaking for us in 2021. And we're going to be talking about your favourite topic, aren't you, Ben, which is?
Tech in a state agency.
Which is why Ben doesn't like to be on stage, because he prefers to do the tech. But hey, we've got to get him on stage, because this guy is an absolute mindful of experience and knowledge around tech. So go on. What is your number one key skill on achieving your 50% plus profit margin, Ben?
I would say it's a combined two things. One is doing what Martin's done, and we're charging more for the things we're doing, and the things that we were doing for free, we now no longer do anything for free. Everything is chargeable. But we're obviously educating landlords on why we're charging for it, which means we've got less backlash. And we're also streamlining so many of our systems that all of our staff have more time to concentrate on the clients that we've got and to concentrate on generating new clients as well. Because obviously, if we can't streamline the systems to create that time, you just sat at the same level, and nothing's really turning over and increasing.
So when you say streamline, what does that mean? Give us a couple of pointers. What do you mean by streamline? Because streamline to one person could mean, well, we just cut the phone calls out. To somebody else could mean we've got a bit of tech doing this. What does it mean to you?
So for us, we had 4 different systems doing now what one system does. So we used to use our CRM of Expert Agent. We used to use LetMC for our accounts. We used to use Fixflow then for our management, and used to use DocuSign then to get all of our documents digitally signed. And we've combined all of those into one now. So we just use Alto, which covers all of them. And the additional features it comes with save so much time on tenants and landlords ringing us all the time, because they've got their own logging access to the system, so they can log in and get their statements. Tenants can get receipts for rent and log in and check their rent accounts. And it's just saved so much phone time from us going back and forth, emails back and forth between clients as well. And although we want to keep communicating with our current customers, we want to be communicating them with things that are positive. Not, I want to talk about my rent statement. Well, they now know how to log in and see it and find it. So having all of that combined just saves us so much time from going into multiple different systems and having staff to get familiar with different systems as well, and that it's all in one place. You don't get somebody going, I can't find this on one system, because it's all on one specific system where every note and every timeline is all recorded.
Fantastic. And I know you've also automated and streamlined your marketing as well, haven't you? Which is a big thing for agents. So many of them are still wondering where the next landlord's coming from and getting 2 or 3 a month. But I know you've really done a lot of work on that, haven't you, Ben?
We've basically obviously automated our social media adverts, and we've got all of them being built into one specific dashboard, which isn't just our instant valuation leads coming in, all of our tenant leads come in there as well, and vendor requests. So we can manage all of our lead data, what's coming in from one specific place. Lots of CRMs do this for you, but having a system that does it for you and is designed to do it for you properly, and to be able to set what's actually won you business, what hasn't won you business, what you're working on in progress, what you can still do business with, and having it all in a dashboard that's visually pleasing to be able to see all these stats and statistics has just made it so much easier for staff then to constantly, every day, pick up the phone and know who they're calling, when to call them, and what conversations to have with them as well.
Absolutely fantastic. So you've heard it here first. So we've got Martin, who's focused on negotiating great deals and starting to charge for his worth and starting to make money from stuff he was doing for free, and hired a branch manager to free him up to start generating revenue for the business. We've got Barry, who has streamlined, who has outsourced, utilized VA, so reducing his costs, and also started to charge for his time and charge his worth and create a spreadsheet for absolutely everything and micromanage everything, which is absolutely Barry through and through. I can remember at boot camp, most people were scribbling on bits of paper and he got his whole spreadsheet out. The whole thing worked out while everyone else was getting their calculators going. And then you've heard from Ben how to streamline and to use software and to use technology to make the job easier. They do say in business, if you can create a consistent process, it's half the battle, because then things just naturally happen. So we've got 3 of our 50%ers here today, and these are going to be on stage at Agent Rainmaker Live. In fact, we're running a panel, guys, aren't we? You guys are going to be our 50% profitable panel. I'm going to get loads of Q&A from the audience, and we're going to be really digging deep into how people in the room can do exactly the same in their business and what we can learn from you, because you are the outliers. You are the first people to hit this sort of level of profit. I mean, how does that feel? Does that feel absolutely amazing, by the way?
Yeah, it's great. What I will say as well is know your numbers, know your costs. You know, Heather is fantastic in our business at basically looking at what everything costs. You know, the franking machine's gone. You know, anything that we didn't need, you know, we basically sent back or got rid of and renegotiated. You know, all sorts of things. So it's something that we do on a monthly basis, and I think it's important. Otherwise, you just start spend, and before you know it, it's run away with you, really.
Well, there's 2 ways to make more profit, isn't there? Earn more or spend less. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very important. We have lovely Dawn Bennett in our office, who's normally sitting behind Kate there, and she chases me around all the time going, "What's this?" I'm like, "Oh, I feel like I'm being..." Do you feel like you're being interrogated, Martin, sometimes?
Yes. You're not spending that. Like, okay.
No. Me and Kate have a conversation like, oh, we need to get this for Agent Rainmaker, and Dawn's going, "What's that for? What's that for?" Like, oh.
Sally stitches me up though and gets me to order it, and then she can say, "Oh, Kate did it." Don't know.
No, and the latest one is Kate kitchen, and then we go upstairs and have a conversation upstairs, so she can't hear. I always say it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. That's my theory, anyway. So, anything else, Barry, you'd like to add? Anything else you'd like to share?
Yeah, obviously we're talking about costs and that. Your biggest cost is your staff, so make sure that you're getting exceptional value out of them. Making sure they're being efficient in the roles, and make sure you're not overstaffed. You know, can a piece of technology replace that member's staff? Can a piece of technology make that staff member far more efficient? So really, yeah, and as Martin's already said, is know your numbers, analyze your numbers. You get to the bottom of where you're spending your money and where your money's coming in from. And don't be, another key thing for me is don't be afraid to fire somebody. And what I mean by fire a bad landlord. So that landlord is costing you time and money. Why are you spending time with them when you could be spending time with a landlord who's willing to pay for your services and appreciates the quality and the service that you offer? So yeah, that's kind of what I'd say.
Wise words there, Barry. And an interesting connection there. You said managing costs. Members of staff, they are costs, big costs. And at the end of the day, if they're not working, if they're not functioning, then you do need to deal with that. And I think so many people emotionally struggle with that. But at the end of the day, they're costing your business money, and they need to be producing in whatever format you've expected them to do. So deal with that quickly. And software is a great way of helping them be better and to work more efficiently. So well done on that. Absolutely, Barry. Final word, Ben, from you.
On the tech side is, if you are going to implement something, make sure everyone that's using it knows how to use it properly. Because, you know, like Barry says, you know, tech is great. Your staff, though, are also great. But if they don't know each other, then you're just paying somebody to use something that they don't understand, and you're just spending money on something that's for nothing.
Yeah, I've done that a few times. You get a piece of kit in and then it just sits. I can remember going back a long time. I can remember the first time we got a credit card machine in. This was a long time ago now. We're talking a couple of decades ago. And it just sat there at the back for 6 months because nobody knew what it was or what to do with it. And we just sent it back. So I know exactly what you mean by that. Terrible, terrible. Guys, you've absolutely been amazing. Kate, isn't it amazing to have these people here to achieve such amazing things? It's absolutely
I think it's wonderful. And for me, the bit that resonates the most about these guys, because everyone's, you know, wanting to know, how have they done it? You know, we're here, we're talking about it. They're all going to be Agent Rainmaker Live, as we said. You'll have your chance to speak to them, ask questions. We're going to be looking at that 50% profitability code. But I think the one thing to be that resonates across everyone is that time has been your commodity, and you've recognized how valuable time is in your businesses, all of you. And what you've done is you've been able to put a value on that time, and through doing that in the different ways in your businesses, you've been able to maximize the value of your time, which has obviously, quite clearly, looking at the figures, maximized that profit. So
well, we're making more money and doing less.
Exactly, which is crazy. Everyone looks for the secret code and everything like that, but really, it's looking at that time and to think, could there be a way that I could work less and earn more? Yes, there is, and come to Agent Rainmaker Live and find out, really.
Absolutely. So Agent Rainmaker Live, don't forget, next Friday it's kicking off. So if you haven't got your tickets, grab your tickets now. Currently 2-for-1 offer on tickets. We're in the last stretch. I mean, we are absolutely rammed. It's going to be phenomenal. So we kick off on Friday morning at 9 o'clock. It's at the Marriott Hotel in Heathrow. It is Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Friday night we have a mastermind, and you guys are hosting some tables for us, I believe. So that'd be really, really exciting to have you hosting some tables. People can ask you loads of questions. On Saturday, kicking off again, 9 o'clock, and then we have the dinner, the awards dinner. We have a fantastic comedian who's going to be hosting the evening for us. He's also going to be doing a live auction. He's going to be taking the mick out of all of us, I am sure. That's what they tend to do. And then we'll be having a little bit of a drinks and a little bit of a party with the award ceremonies. That's going to be awesome. And then on Sunday, we have an amazing speaker. Matt Wilson actually is joining us on Sunday, who is absolute formidable marketeer and Facebook ads specialist and YouTube ads as well. So he's going to be joining us and sharing how to generate tons and tons of leads into your business. So we're really looking forward to that. So 3 days, absolute mayhem, one focus, how to make more profit in your business. You need to be there. Go and get your ticket if you haven't got one already. And if you have got your ticket, do your unboxing video. We can't wait to see them. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Ben, Barry, and Martin. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you very much. And we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye.